We're so glad that hello and welcome to YG Collaborations. We're so glad that you're here. And this is going to be a fabulous episode. You are here for a purpose. But first, I just want to say I'm Yvette Valdenegro, one of your hosts, and to my left,
Right.
right is
It is Geovanna Burgess White, and I'm the co-host of YG Collaborations. If you're watching us right now on Facebook, welcome. We're streaming from all three of our Power Pods groups, so we're super excited to have you. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you again for watching. And before we get started with this amazing Power Pod, a few things I want to say. If you're watching us for the first time on Facebook, make sure you give StreamYard permission. If you want to comment live, please do, because we will be answering questions live. We will also be showing your comments live. So if you want your picture and your name to show up, please make sure you give StreamYard permission. And if you're listening to us later on the replay, please make sure that you send us a DM. You can also always recomment #replay in the Facebook groups, and we will make sure that we answer those questions. So I wanted to just let you guys know that, because you will be listening to us and watching us from all sorts of places. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube is where you can watch us. And starting next week, we will be on all platforms on podcasts. So Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and I'm missing one. Oh, Apple, most important. So we will be on there. You can listen. You can send us a DM at YG Collaborations, and we will be able to. Oh, look, I love it. Kim. Hello, Kim. Welcome from Georgia. So this is why you have to give StreamYard permission. So we're excited to have these women on. Do we want to set the like stage on how this happened? I think we should.
okay. You set the stage and how everything happened, and then I have something that I want to share. But you set the stage.
So the other exciting news that nobody knows about, and we're going to just say it now, is that our podcast has been sponsored by. So YG Collaborations will officially be sponsored by Ignite Her Mind. And the reason why I'm saying this right now and not in our commercial is because Ignite Her Mind is an amazing platform for women who are in business or women who are looking for a purpose. And we are part of this amazing group. We are coaches in the Ignite Her Mind platform. And this is where we got to meet 3 weeks ago the amazing Power Pod. We've known them virtually for almost a year. Lisa, we've known for a long time. And we were at our very first in-person event, a very small group. It was a leadership mastermind and a VIP mastermind for our current clients. And we were able to meet Kelly and Sara. And Lisa Taylor is already part of the Ignite Her Mind coaching program. So we were in a brainstorming session, and we were talking about networking. We were talking about going back and doing in-person events. And as you guys know, Yvette and I are the queen of collaborations. We were all sitting there, and these three powerful women said, hey, we're going to be doing something together. We want to start something and talk about really the truth behind direct sales and multi-level marketing. And so we have labeled them the Power Pod, and this is the Power Pod with purpose. And so we are, what did we say? We're going to have you guys on our podcast. And literally last week, we're like, you're going to be on the podcast this week. And then Yvette and I said, we called our podcast manager because we have another podcast. And we said, hey, we're going to start this podcast next week. And so Haley's like, okay. So imperfect action, number one. We didn't even have time to prepare because we don't need time to prepare. This is what we do. This is our purpose. This is our passion. This is how we do it. And so they're going to come on and tell their story about who they are, what they do, and the real, I guess, the raw truth. I love having this, the raw truth of direct sales and what it's done for them, not only personally, but for their families, for what we call our seagulls, which they'll go into later. So I'm super excited to have them on. And then before we introduce them, you want to share your little piece?
Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm gonna be raw and real. Like I think these ladies are gonna come on and tell it, really revealing the truth about direct sales, which is awesome. Okay, so this morning I went to my yoga class, and it was heated yoga, which I've never done before. So an experience I've never done, definitely needed. At the very end of it, she says, roll back on this little bolster. You're supposed to be relaxing and letting your mind just release things, right? But in classic Yvette way, I don't do that. I start multitasking my list for the day, thinking about this podcast. So my brain is doing this, right? I'm not in and receiving what I'm supposed to be getting out of yoga. All of a sudden I'm laying there. Now, mind you, it is heated yoga. So God only knows what the degrees were, but I'm dripping in sweat. Out of nowhere, because my eyes are shut, all of a sudden this cool towel gets placed on my eyes and it smells like amazing lavender. And I kind of jolted like this, but I went, that was so unexpected. And all of a sudden, that is exactly the thought that I had. I went, your scattered brain over here just got coupled with the unexpected. And I know today, every single person who is listening to this podcast, it's for a reason. They are going to reveal the raw truth about direct sales. And you may be scattered like I was this morning in my yoga class. But by the end of the podcast today, you are going to feel that cool breeze on your eyes and the smell of lavender, because it's going to be unexpected and you're going to hear things that are unexpected. So I just want to welcome our viewing listeners just to open up their minds, just receive all those little things that you may think about sales or just marketing, just cast them totally away. And let's just dive in because these ladies are amazing.
Yes. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Kelly, Sara, and Lisa. And they are going to give an introduction of who they are, what they do, and really just their purpose in direct sales and multi-level marketing. So ladies, welcome to the podcast. We are so happy to have you here.
Yay. Thank you.
Of course. And we're going to definitely give you guys time, and people that are watching live, please ask questions. There's no bad question, and we will answer them as we go. And if you don't get to us live, we'll do it in the replay. So Kelly, why don't you get started and let them know who you are and what you do?
Okay, well, thank you. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for joining in. If you're here with us live, and Yvette and Geovanna, thank you so much for having the three of us here. This truly was something that just happened, and we're doing it without a huge, a big plan. We're just jumping right into it, and I think that's kind of about what we kind of want to do too, is just taking the fear out of it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, all the nuts and bolts figured out just to start. And that's what Sara and Lisa and I really want to do here, is just to inspire women to just take the next step that's necessary to build a life that you've always wanted. So with that, network marketing has changed my life in so many ways. But first off, I wanted to just kind of introduce myself a little bit. My name, Kelly Armstrong. I am married to an amazing husband, Todd, for 11 and a half years. We have a 9-year-old boy who keeps us very active. He loves to play basketball and football. And the big thing that happened recently is we moved across the country from Colorado to Kentucky. And so we're trying to find our bearings here and just get comfortable here and find our new routine and just enjoy this new adventure. Again, just ripping off the Band-Aid, doing something new, trying it, and just taking one day at a time. But kind of to start my story a little bit, I grew up in a semi-small town. I went to college. I got my interior design degree. I had the dream job. I loved what I did. I worked for an amazing company. We traveled to the East Coast a lot. I met some amazing people. And then 2008 hit, and the economy crashed, and the housing market just took a huge hit, and I was unemployed. Then I started to look into dental assisting. So I did that for 3 years. Then I found the love of my life. We got married, we bought a house, then we started our family. We had our little boy 9 years ago, and then, we wanted more kids. And that just wasn't the plan, I don't think. We tried for 6 or so years, and gosh, infertility is a rough one. I never really understood it, and that's kind of how all of us are with any situation. We never really know until we're in the thick of it and we're actually going through something extremely difficult. The hardest part was knowing that on paper and through every doctor we saw, there was nothing wrong. We should be a family of 10. But we were blessed with one little boy. And that was just, it was heartbreaking, but I loved our little boy. I was so grateful for him, but I knew there was a piece of our family that, that was kind of missing. And so that took a toll on me. That took a toll as a mom. And I just wanted to provide for my family. And I just felt like a failure, that I couldn't get pregnant when I should be able to. And so I went into this depression, and something I didn't know I was in. I don't know if anybody here could relate to that, where you're just going day-to-day activities, taking the kid, to preschool and pick them up, make sure they're doing activities, make sure we're involved with church, make sure we're doing all the things. And then us as women, us as mamas, we kind of forget about us because we're trying to make sure everybody else is okay and happy and doing all the things, but yet something inside isn't right. And so, like I said, it was about a 6-year journey, and the last tail end, about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years of it, I just slowly started to realize I'm made for more. What is my purpose? What can I do to help others? Where is my passion? I didn't know. Like, I was a planner my whole life. I knew I was going to go to college, buy a house on my own. So I knew I could do all that, get married, have the white picket fence, all the things. But then I never planned for a big, time in my life where I was out of control and I didn't know how to get myself back. And so over time, with reading books, prayer, being very intentional of who I was hanging out with and who was in my life and who I was giving my energy to, because you truly are, and you become the 5 top people that you hang out with, right? And so I wanted to be inspired. I wanted something. There was just little pieces everywhere I went, whether it was a quote that I read in a book, whether it was a song, whether it was something a girlfriend said at a coffee date, or just, here comes network marketing. I was just looking for something, for purpose. What can I do on a daily basis besides pack a school lunch, do the laundry, and clean the house? And I know, being a stay-at-home mom, there's way more than that. However, I knew I needed something every single day that I could reach for a bigger dream for our family, provide financially, and just have that confidence again. I lost who I was in that unexplained infertility and depression journey, and I had it. I was done. And so I have been partnered with Zaya Active for almost 2 years at the end of November. And it just came at the right time. And that's where I feel like with a network marketing business, it has to be the right time. It has to be for the right reasons. And you have to be all in. You have to be willing to work at it. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It takes a lot of time, but there are so many rewarding steps along the way. So I am very grateful to have had the opportunity to join and start my Zaya Active business. We have amazing active wear and athleisure wear for the entire family. And it's not just, once I get into it, it was not just about having, selling leggings or someone a great tank. It was truly building those relationships with my customers, my team, and my sideline sisters, which I had no idea that was even possible. I thought someone placed an order and I say thank you and that's it. But there are people across the country and into Canada that I talk to on a daily basis that I've never met.
And I want to pause real quick, because there's so many things that you said in your story, and I want people to know, like, network marketing and direct sales, most women, there's kind of like two buckets of women. A lot of women are, again, they get married, they have their kids, maybe they were working, they had a career, and then they become stay-at-home moms, and then again they lose that purpose. They they're in that routine of being a mom, they're in that routine of, you know, being a housewife, and that's how direct sales and MLM gets kind of searched, is for women looking for a community. Because what you just talked about is you lost your purpose. You didn't really, you didn't have anybody, and you were looking for that. And like Brittany just said, a network marketing rocks. It is a life changer. It's kind of like, I call it the gateway of kind of beginning your own business. So when we find the women on our teams, because this is one of the main reasons we're talking about this, is, you know, the women on your team, community, that you are changing not only your life, but other people's lives. It's not about just the sales. So I want, you know, as people are listening and people are watching, all three of these stories, there's going to be some sort of connection. And this is why we did this podcast. And this is why we want to have these education and resources for you to reach out to these ladies and ask those questions, because I promise you, there's somebody out there listening to your story, Kelly, about to listen to Sarah's and Lisa, and gonna be like, that was me, or that is me, you know? And how can I be part of this? Because there's so many different companies, and I feel like that's amazing. It's not competition, right? It's all about finding what's best for you. And I think product is important because it's what you're representing. And then obviously, and this is what Kim is saying, that's me. So perfect. See, Kim, thank you for being so vocal. So Kelly, before we move on to Sarah, you said you've been with Zaya for 2 years. Tell me a little bit about the community that you've built, because we're streaming in it right now. And really, I guess your number one thing that I think you can say now, 2 years later, that you're like, oh, I'm super thankful for Zaya.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, it's the community, what I was saying, because when you tend to be depressed or in a bad spot in your life, you pull away, right? And you become lonely. And I didn't want to get out there. I didn't want people to see me like this. I didn't want to have to keep faking it to be happy. But literally with network marketing and building this community with not only my team, which is so amazing, because some of them I've known for years, some of them I've known for 4 years, some of them I've never met, and they joined me. And I don't take that lightly, because having a team and coaching them takes huge responsibility, and building that trust. And then also having your customers who trust you with their clothing and their lifestyle that they are wearing. And I know about their children. And again, I've never met them, but because I am very intentional with my follow-up and creating that relationship, they don't, sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
They don't know it, but they have healed me and changed my life from the inside out. And that's just the main reason that all three of us are here, because it's not about the sales and the upline and the who gets there first and, oh, you make money this way and that's yucky. It's not. That's just how you've perceived it, or maybe someone has told you that. But we're here to tell you that it really can change your life, doing it right and with integrity, and joining the right team and the right company at the right time. It truly is life-changing, and I wouldn't change it for a minute.
Oh my God. We're all crying.
Don't be sorry. You know what? Like I said in the very beginning, what you just shared, someone needed to hear. They may have not have known that they needed to hear it, but they needed to hear it. And I was listening to him, like, she is sharing 80% of you and just 20 about the product, which just speaks again to what we're talking about. This is more than just the outlook. It really is your perception, your outlook, and what your focus. But the community side of it is what is so important. And really, that's the ground reason why y'all are so successful, is because your heart is intentionally giving to others. You're meeting needs, you're doing things for your clients, you're out there really, yes, you're promoting, but it comes from a genuine place. And that's probably one of the takeaways that someone's going to take listening to this, is it's not about us. It's about everyone that we're serving. And so don't be sorry about what you just said, because it's real. There are
Yeah.
people going through the same thing, loneliness. I'm not in network marketing, but I've shared before that I was a lone ranger all by myself doing my own thing in my business. Like, oh my God, I tried this, I tried that. I felt lonely. Yeah, I was successful bringing a new concept, but it was very lonely. I didn't like it. But bringing, obviously people around me, game changer, absolute game changer. So and I know each one of you, as we go along, Sara and Lisa, someone's going to gravitate and listen to something that you guys are saying and just go, oh my gosh, that's me. Well, like our comments, that's me. Like they hear it. It's resounding. So thank you.
Thank you, Kelly, for sharing that. And Kim, make sure that you reach out to Kelly after this because she would be happy to talk to you. And so we will make sure that if you do not have her information, that you get it. But it's all in the post and it'll be in the show notes. So Kelly, we really do appreciate you. And again, this is also, I feel like this is going to be a message for women who are already in direct sales and already in network marketing. And I know Lisa will end with Lisa and she's been in network marketing the longest. But sometimes you just got to switch. Sometimes you're not in the right group. Sometimes you're not selling the right product. Sometimes you got in it for the money. I'm telling you here right now, I'm not in network marketing. I used to be, and I'm not anymore, but it was amazing for the time being. But it led me to the coaching business, right? It led me to serving in a whole different way. And I was very thankful for that journey. But the way I was taught for network marketing and the way I was taught direct sales was finding cold calling leads. But this was before Facebook and Instagram. And it was icky. And it was like, that's not me. Like, I don't know these people. And yes, of course, we're here to make a living. Like, we're not telling people, oh, it's all just community. It is. You're building a community to serve. And in return, these women are buying from you. But I want to make sure that everybody here understands that the game has changed. And if you're still trying to do things the old way, it's never going to work. You're not going to be successful. And anybody here, and even, Julie, who is the founder of Ignite Her Mind, she will tell you that that's just not the way it's going to work anymore. And people don't buy from people. People don't buy product. People buy from people. Okay. So that's I think one of the most important things is when we're talking about this today, and we're about to hear from Sara, is that people are buying from you as a person, who you are. I'm 100% sure everybody knows who you are, who your family is, what you do, because that's the community that you built. And so versus going to Amazon or going to Target, we're going to buy from Kelly, we're going to buy from Sara, we're going to buy from Lisa. So this is educational. It's real, it's raw, but it's also really important for women that are already in network marketing to hear that it can work if you change the way you're playing the game. So thank you, Kelly. Sara, we would love to hear from you. And before we do that, I love the comments. Let me see. Oh, Kim is with Lisa. Okay, perfect. She's new. I love it. Perfect. So this is great. And we appreciate you for commenting, Kim, because it's super important that other women out there also can hear and see all the comments from the women sharing. So Sara, why don't you let us know a little bit about you and your story and your journey with doTERRA?
Yes, of course. First off, Kelly, thank you so much for sharing your story. Just the vulnerability, I know that took a lot of courage, and it's going to help a lot of people out there. So following your story is not going to be quite as, I feel like it's going to be difficult for me to follow that. But thank you. And it's been an absolute pleasure working with Kelly and Lisa and Gio and Yvette. So just thank you guys for having me. So my name is Sara. I'm a twin mom. My boys are 6 years old. And my main goal and my main goal in all of this is really to help empower women, whether that be in health and wellness using essential oils that I have all right behind me, or in gaining time and financial freedom. My goal is just helping women make huge, huge changes. Network marketing changed my life in a slightly different way than Kelly. So that's part of actually why Kelly and Lisa and I work so well together, is because our stories are a little bit different, and it works well to have different perspectives on our journeys. And all our journeys led to network marketing for a very, very specific reason. So I've been in corporate for 15 years. And saying that actually makes me sound like I'm not that old. How I've been in corporate for 15 years. But I always knew something was missing. And even I think it was 10 or 11 years ago, I explored going back into nursing. I looked at nursing schools because I always had this pull and this drive of wanting to help, wanting to connect with people on a personal level, wanting to have a greater purpose. So that's pretty much why we're all here sharing our journey, is because we have this desire to have a greater purpose. So that's kind of where my thought process on what else could I do. I'm in corporate. I appreciated my corporate journey. I'm still working today full time. And I'm really appreciative of that journey, but I still had this gap. There was something missing for me personally that I was really looking to fill that void. So I started using doTERRA actually because of my kids. So it was 6 years ago. I started exploring natural solutions, and doTERRA was the only option for me. Given their testing, and the products are just incredible, the sourcing and all of the things. And I actually, it's interesting because I love the product, but I was a huge skeptic starting off. Like my kit collected dust for a while. I didn't even open it right away. And I was like, I don't think these things are going to work. But a few months later, when I finally started using them, I was completely floored with how well they worked, and how much they changed my family, and our trajectory. I mean, now, like, looking just at our home from 6 years ago to now, just the different ingredients that we have or do not have in our home is very, very different. And doTERRA provided that for me. But then I was, super excited about oils, and I started sharing with everybody, and I started telling everybody about how oils can help them. But then I started thinking about it from that, going back to that purpose. So I'm here sharing. I'm not making money. I'm just sharing because, if you try a really great restaurant, what do? You tell your friends, right? So I was just sharing a product that I love. And I started thinking back to that void, that purpose. And I was like, why can't I marry these two things together? doTERRA has this incredible business model that allows you to share things that you love already, that you feel very passionately about, and earn financial and time freedom by doing that. It was right in front of me. It was right in front of me for the last 6 years, how I can fill that void that I've been feeling. So it's just been a really, really incredible journey for me. And it's super exciting because now not only am I working toward my time and financial freedom, but I get to partner with incredible women. I get to collaborate with other leaders in the industry. And I get to help people not only with their health and wellness, but their financial and time freedom too. So it's just, it 10 years ago when I started looking for this thing, I didn't know. And I'm not a salesperson. This is not about the sales, guys. I didn't know that the thing would have led to here. And if you told me 10 years ago it was going to be network marketing, I would have been like, you're crazy. No way. But here we are.
I love it. Oh, you guys. So 2 things that you guys both said: connection, purpose, drive. Okay. So 2 different network marketing teams, 2 different companies, 2 different products, but the same purposes, right? The same purpose. So you guys are doing such an amazing job. I've been using doTERRA for years. My best friend introduced that to me years ago, and I was like, okay, oils, whatever. But yes, definitely has changed my life and my children. Like I told Sara when I saw her, I was like, we order those beadlets, and because my kids will eat gum all day or they'll have mints all day, and I'm like, that's so much sugar. So again, it's the people in the product. You're not gonna be behind a product that you're not gonna use. The way you ended up really, I would say, selling it is just by talking about it and how it's improved your lifestyle, improved your family's lifestyle. And that's the goal. Like, I'm going to recommend my favorite restaurant. I'm going to recommend my favorite, wine. I'm going to recommend my favorite beauty products. We're all like, that's a warm referral. People don't realize that. So if I tell Yvette something, she's probably going to go, oh yeah, let me go grab that. If we're buying from each other, we just did a Women Supporting Women 2nd year gifting guide where we just send out these links for people to order from other women, direct sales, network marketing, maybe it's even services, because we know the product, we know the people. And if I receive that in my inbox from Yvette or from Kelly or from Lisa or from Sara, I prefer to do that than to go shopping at the mall. When was the last time anybody went shopping at a mall? or my Amazon boxes that my husband's like, really, another Amazon box? I'm like, Thank you, Sara, for telling your story. And financial freedom is huge. I I absolutely agree. I mean, again, network marketing I used to do. I'm still part of an amazing company. I get it for the products, and I get amazing residual income. We talk about residual income in our mastermind. We talk about it in Ignite Her Mind. It's super, super important. So whichever way you're creating financial freedom, multiple streams of income is one of them. So Lisa, I'm so excited to have you talk to us, since your journey, and well, I've been able to see your transformation in your journey because I've known you the longest. I remember when you started Ignite. Oh God. And you were just like, oh, I'm not going to go live. I'm not going to talk to people in a Facebook group. So I want you to talk about, obviously, your journey with network marketing and how you've just completely seen it change. And also congratulations on your trip.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for just allowing us this platform to really, just be raw and real and honest about this ick that often is around even the word direct sales or MLM. So a little bit about me. I am a wife of 25 years. Give it up. Give it up. Oh, hallelujah. And 5 kiddos. I have a bonus son that's like 33. And then we had 4 together, twins in the middle. So I'm also a twin mom. And I went to college. It was kind of like, this is what you should do, right? You've got the shoulds. It starts in high school. You should go to college. You should get a full-time job with benefits. You should get married. You should have kids. You should be happy, all of the things. And so I followed the shoulds. I did just that exact thing. I went to college. I got my degree in music education. And so if I break into song, just let me. So then I got my first teaching job and absolutely loved it because I got to connect with people. I got to connect with little people and teachers. But the part that teaching did for me was it was that recognition, like, oh my gosh, I love that song, or, oh, that concert was so amazing. Blah, blah, blah. And it fed me like, wow, like people appreciated what I had to offer using my gifts and talents and making joy in the people that I was able to touch. 10 years I did that. And then we had a 3-year-old and conceived the twins. And it was like, oh, my grandma, I guess I gotta be a stay-at-home mom now because there's no way this is gonna happen financially. And I wanted to be home. I wanted to be the primary influence in our kids' lives as they were growing up. So I became a stay-at-home mom after the twins and this awesome 3-year-old that we had, and loved it, but very lonely because you go from having all this purpose and people and passion for what you're doing to little people that just need a lot, and they're not really recognizing you and thanking you for all your hours of endless labor, 24/7, constant, right? So it was in the middle of homeschooling our kids, because we kind of just continued that journey into homeschooling, that I say this, like, I didn't find direct sales found me. Like, I wasn't looking for it. It came after me when my neighbor invited me to her party, and I'm like, oh, there's going to be wine there, no kids. Okay, I'm there. I don't care what you're selling. And so I went for 2 reasons. One, because I needed that mom adult interaction that I was craving. And I also had trouble with my face. I struggled with adult acne, wore makeup to cover up, never left the house without makeup because no way did I want people to see what was really under my skin. And that experience of that facial with Librai's products literally changed my life. So just a little bit about Librai, because I know some are like, Librai, what is it? It's okay. Librai is a Wisconsin-based company. That's where I live. And it's been around for 23 years. And our like signature kind of put your stamp in the skincare line is that we use aloe vera as the first ingredient. So we bring to the market a product line that's safe, effective, natural, effective. It actually works. It fixed my skin, and it's affordable. We don't dilute our products with water. So that's the really, really awesome thing. So it's made for everybody, not just the rich and famous that can afford good quality, high quality skincare that works. So it changed my skin, like literally over the course of the next couple of weeks, I started to see my skin improve. And I thank Librai because I actually graduated from puberty. Yay! Acne no more. So I thought, well, if these products are so good, I could share it, because here's the other side of being a stay-at-home mom. You don't have money. You don't have money. It's one income, and you like barely scrape enough money to get to the end of the month. And that stress on your life, your marriage, your family, like it's a lot. And so this was kind of my way of helping the family without having to get a job, if that makes sense. I did not want to get a job. Like, I didn't want to go work outside the home because I didn't want a boss telling me when I needed to be there, when I needed to get a sitter for the kids, all of the things. It just seemed like such a headache just in the name of money. And so I thought, well, maybe this could like satisfy this job. And so I took this big leap. I was scared, in all honesty. I was scared because I was like, I don't know anything about skincare. I don't want to be a pushy sales lady because I had that experience in direct sales. And I'm like, no, thank you. That was like, I was scared because I was like, oh, do you have to be that to be in direct sales? Because that is not my jam. And what I found was that I would go and I would literally just pass out products, share the products, let them try it on their skin. And people were having so much fun. It was incredible. So when I say that direct sales changed my life, it's because it helped me to find me again. I had lost me in the midst of 24/7 taking care of kids, being all the things to the wife and the house and all of that. I lost who I was. I lost, like, what am I good at? Like, do I have skills besides changing diapers and, all of that? I do. I have a lot more to give than what my current stay-at-home mom role was. So I started doing parties and I would like have fun. It would be like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. And I realized I cracked a joke or something at one of the parties, and the moms around the table, like, all cracked up. They all laughed. And I just stood there and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am funny. It was like this revelation, like so many years of being a stay-at-home mom, you forget that you are funny, that you have a personality that people want to be around and enjoy. So that's one piece of my story. It's the fun. Like, you can make money having fun? Serious? Like, I was in shock. I was in shock running to the mailbox back then before direct deposit, getting my paycheck and going, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I made this much just for getting out of the house and going to my job, you know? And so that's the start of it. But then I realized that, well, I'll interject one other thing is I'm a breast cancer survivor. And so that's an integral part of my journey in the fact that I realized in that moment when I was diagnosed, you have breast cancer, that I only get one life. One life. And it totally like disrupted, you know, the to-do list to what's really important to me. What do I want? What lights me up? If I only have so much time, how do I want to spend it?
Yeah.
And how Labri has helped me in that is, one, I feel passionate about the products because they are cancer free, and I can support that and, you know, share that with integrity and enthusiasm. But it also like just highlighted my need to educate people that they only have one life as well. Like, we only have one life. You know, you may not have ever had a cancer diagnosis or any, you know, terminal illness or, you know, illness of any kind, but we only get one life and we don't know how long we have.
Yep.
So I started sharing my passion, and people started joining me in this journey. And, you know, that's really the joy. Like, I've earned trips. I've actually been in Labri for 10 years. So it's been like a crazy, awesome experience because it's helped me to grow me and help me to find me, to sharpen my skills, to, you know, grow in ways that I never thought were possible. Earning trips, earning cars, and, you know, like, what? You got to be kidding me. That really happens to people? Yeah, it really can. But it's important, like these two other ladies have said, to join the right company that you're passionate about. You got to be passionate about the products. I mean, that's number one. And to do it for the right reason. You know, if you're doing it just for sales, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. So I have found that my greatest joy is actually in inspiring my team to find out what they really want. What do they want? What lights them up? What are they wanting more than ever? Because that is going to be the motivation that comes from inside that really helps them to find the success that they want, whether it's with me, with another company, in their job. I mean, it's really, that's what it boils down to. What do you want?
Well, I do have to say, I know, I have to say this, at least I've met people on your team and that are also part of Ignite. And they're, yes, you, the product is important, but people are coming to work with you, Lisa. Like, that right then and there, you have been in network marketing before the coaching, before, you know, the mastermind we're in, before all of the social media and the algorithm. So you saw the before. You were doing the before.
Mm-hmm.
You still had your way of doing it, and now you are, I would say, out of all of the network leaders, have changed the game and how it is done. And I am so proud to even have met you and know you, because just with your group, with the women that are part of Ignite that talk about you, it's you. They want to work with you. And I also think that that's the bigger picture in direct sales and network marketing. If somebody wanted to go, if I was working a corporate job and I met somebody in my circle and they're like, oh my God, I would love to come work for you. That would never happen. We would not have that opportunity. So when we're meeting people, Kelly and Sara and even, Yvette and I have that opportunity with our coaching businesses that we get, like, people get to come work with us. There's a purpose. There's something inside of us, that burning desire that we used to think was weird and like, oh my God, I can't believe we feel this way. That is literally someone inside you and that's looking for you, that burning desire that they're needing you. So I'm just so proud of you. Like, I cannot believe the turns that you have made since you started, and now in the women's lives that you're changing. And all three of you, I kind of want to talk about what's next, because you guys have some exciting news to share with us and we're calling you the Power Pod because you guys are the Power Pod. So let's talk about what's next for you guys. Who wants to talk about that?
Sure. Okay. But again, this is all just coming about right in the last couple weeks, which is so fun. But we are, the three of us, Sara and Lisa and I, are going to pair up and start a podcast because we feel so passionate about sharing the mission and the purpose behind network marketing and how you really can be successful without the ick, and the things to look for when you join a company or when you want to start a business, and whose team to get on to, what all those things are important to look into. And we just want to take all the myths off the table, because there's so much, right, that we all are exposed to in social media. Somebody has a bad experience. Their aunt reads an article and sends it to them and says, don't join this company because of X, Y, and Z, and then you let that be the deciding factor on the rest of your life. Holy smoly, don't do that, right? Like, make sure you know who your sources are. The three of us have been exposed and with network marketing for a while now. I was with two other companies that just didn't work out. The passion wasn't there. And so we all have the experiences. We were just talking when we were collaborating the other day. What are the icks that we've experienced? What is it? What is that yucky taste in our mouth that we need to talk through, get answers for, and how do we do it differently in our businesses? And I feel like, because, gosh, I don't even remember now. I heard this or read the statistic from Julie, our coach. You guys, what was it? We all got the email about 3 million women have left the workforce in the last year. That's 3 million women who are unemployed, who are sad, scared, and worried of what their future looks like. And if they knew the real truth about what a business like this could offer them, it really is, again, life-changing. So that's why we just want to collaborate, bring the truth to the table, and then in turn help and inspire women to just be who they were always meant to be.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Amen.
So good.
It's amazing. And I think, again, the women that are leaving the workforce, there's still women working from home that are like, this is not what I wanted to be doing. It's almost like this whole, like, again, community and getting out there and like, what do I do? And if there is a platform that serves those women and they could, we make decisions based on emotion, which is totally normal. But if there was a platform that can educate you, and again, there's so many different network marketing groups to join. And if you're able to almost kind of be the travel agent of network marketing and helping them figure out what, is best for them when it comes to their passion and their purpose. And really, let's even go before that, finding their passion and purpose, because most women don't know what that is. So I am super excited to kind of reveal this news on our podcast. And I would want to kind of just talk about your biggest takeaway, and I know Kelly just said this, you've been with a few network marketing groups. Lisa, you have as well. Yeah, no, you have not. You've always known LeBray. Okay, LeBray. Right. So I've been through 3. So I know that this podcast is going to be powerful for the women out there. And again, the reason wasn't I wanted to work for people, and then the product wasn't what I wanted, right? And or vice versa. I like the product, but my team was not, I didn't have a good, leader, which is extremely important if you don't know network marketing, if you don't know direct sales. So I would just say for each one of you guys, for someone that's out there listening to you right now, just one takeaway, one thing that if they're looking for a team, if they're looking for community, if they're looking for a product, what would you recommend? Like, what would be your number one? Obviously, listening to your podcast, so we'll let everybody know when that's ready. But before then, what would you guys recommend for them?
You stunned us.
I mean, no, it's the truth. I mean, what, like, obviously education.
I think for me too, it was at a point where I had to decide. Like, stop being on the fence, stop pro and conning it, and really, like, what do you want? Like, it's okay, women. It is okay to not be okay. But it's not okay to stay there. You have to just do the work to become the person that you know you can be, that God created you to be, and to do something that keeps you alive, and not to listen to the naysayers and the negative people around you. Find people that will make you level up. And that is what these 4 women right here are to me. And that is what network marketing brought. I would not have met any of these amazing gals if it wasn't for me just going, okay, I told my husband, I'm just going to do it. Like, who knows if I could make $400, $500, whatever. Like, I don't care, because I need something. And it may or may not be network marketing for you, one of my listeners out there, but just do the work on you, because when you take one more step to get somewhere closer to where you're supposed to be, things will be revealed that'll bring you into so many different arenas that will then change your world, that because you're changing other people's lives in the same time.
Oh, I love it.
That's perfect.
And just to build on that, Kelly, I love everything you just said. And I think that having faith over fear, I posted about that this morning, is so important, because this was not, like I said, it wasn't a journey that I anticipated being on. And I did take that leap of faith, and I still need to work on my faith in the process. But just the amount of growth that I've experienced in this journey has been amazing. So to women listening, it's really take that chance and have faith that even if the next step you make is not the right step, it's one step closer to the end goal. So it's going to just help you grow, and you're going to find where you land, and it's going to be the right spot.
That's beautiful, Sara. I think just to put the bow on the package, remember that you're worth it. That's what I would say to women out there, that you have worth, that you have value, that God's made you just the way He's made you for that purpose, and people need that from you. So oftentimes we kind of lose ourselves, like my story shared. We lose, do I really matter? Do I really have value, purpose, passion? Like, what is it? Like right now I'm just in the trenches of the to-dos, whether that's in a corporate job, in a full-time, job with benefits, juggling and taxing kids, or you're at home raising your family. We lose ourselves. And this network marketing can be, if you're hooked up with the right people, and you become the summary, or whatever, what Kelly said, the sum total of the top 5 people you spend the most time with. You want to definitely do your homework and get the answers you need, but hands down, it doesn't have to be another job, so to speak. It can be that breath of life and purpose and passion that we all need.
Oh my God. I love it. And if any of these women resonated with you, please reach out to them. We're gonna keep pushing this out on all of our networks and social media. It'll be out on the podcast in a couple of weeks. But this is important. This is why we're here. We're not here to sell you our companies. We're not here to sell you. We're here to educate you and help you find your purpose. And Kelly, Sara, and Lisa would be more than happy to answer your questions in the DMs or even schedule a complimentary consultation with you guys to see if their company and if they are the right fit for you, because that's the most important thing is them. Yvette?
No, I was just going to say, I can only imagine someone listening right now. Again, the expect the unexpected just happened. So now it's how can I be a part? What's my next step? And like Gio just said, reach out to one of them, reach out to us. We're happy to share the how, but I also want to say the whole underlining theme every single one of you shared was there's something that happened from within. So no matter what the circumstances were on the outside, each one of you were completely in a different situation in your life, which is great because people can hear all, it doesn't matter what's going on the outside, what's happening on the inside. That was the underlining tone with it all. And when you get that inside resolved, when you get that inside in a place of fulfillment and happiness and contentness and understanding and all the things that everybody should purpose. I mean, we can just go on and on. That's where the work really begins, and it comes from the inside out, no matter what you're doing. And Lisa, I love when you said we have one life to live, which I know, when we all get up there in the years, it's like you kind of look back and go, that is, I promise you in my own personal life, I keep saying that. I'm like, I only have one life. I don't forget everything. I only have one life to live. Yeah, you know what's funny when you said it? Because it's funny when I say it, I hear what I'm saying, right? But when you said it, I went, okay, the soap opera One Life to Live? Like, I think sometimes my life is a soap opera, whether it's One Life to Live, The Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, whatever it is. Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I'm living in like a soap opera right now. But it doesn't matter. That's where it starts. I do have one life to live. And I know that when everything that Gio and I have done in the past couple of years, the good, the bad, the ugly, the ups, the downs, the amazing things, I'm going to speak for myself. There has been so much work that has happened inside, and I'm so thankful for it that I just hope that everybody that's listening to this feels that. I hope that that's what they feel, because whether it's the collaborations that we are so passionate about, whether it's the network marketing that you guys love, everything, I just hope that is what is shining, and people go, what is that? I just want more. So great, more. Listen to Gio and I with more collaborations. We are definitely going to promote you guys when you come out with your amazing podcast, because there is more, and there's more to when I say work, I don't mean like bad work. I mean like actions. And there's the work. There is something that's happening. You do have to put work into this, but it's amazing. It's not work like dreaded work. It's like not the ick. It's the I get to do this. I get to share. So love it. You guys are such powerful. Powerful isn't even the right word. Power, it almost feels limiting in a space like this, that there's so much more behind it. So much more behind it. So thank you guys for all coming on and sharing.
Oh, ladies, thank you for being on. We really appreciate you guys. We will be talking soon, and thank you for joining us. I'm actually going to take you guys off, and Yvette and I will close the show. Ladies, have an amazing Friday and an amazing holiday season. We are so thankful to have you on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. That's amazing.
That was so amazing. The word I kept wanting to say was divine.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Not in a necessarily like, sometimes when people hear the word divine, they put a religious connotation on it. Yeah. But I think divine more as in pure.
Yep. You know what we'll do? We will look up the word. Our coach really tells us to look at the definition of the words, and we will. So we love all of our guests on both of our shows. I think we get to do what we love. yes, we get to do this. It's amazing that we get to do this.
Mhm.
I actually have been so excited about this since we were at conference 3 weeks ago when we just said this is going to happen, and then we talked on Monday, and we're like, we're just going to make it happen this week because we know that we serve a purpose. We're not just here to put people on the show and let people talk. There's a purpose behind everyone we have on YG Collaborations, just like there's a purpose with everyone that we have on Justin Beach University. So before we leave, I want to thank our partners and our sponsors at Ignite Her Mind. And again, if you don't know what Ignite Her Mind is, I challenge you to go follow them on Instagram. Ignite Her Mind is an amazing platform that Yvette and I are both part of. We're both coaches in. And again, it just helps women with exactly what we just talked about, finding their purpose, finding their passion. If, whatever, if it's just co-creating their life. And I know that sounds crazy. People are looking like, what? Yes. Co-creating the life that you were meant to live. If COVID has taught us anything, and if these women have taught us anything, it is one life. And we're always worried about everybody else. We're worried about our families, our friends, our spouses, our children. But guess what? If we don't serve a purpose and we don't find what we're meant to
I think there's been a frozone in the midst of our show. Gio, I don't know if you can hear me. I think you're frozen, but I'm just going to close up the show in case, or maybe she's going to, what we usually do. Ed and I just love these bloopers that we always have because this just makes everything so real. We said that this podcast was going to be revealing the raw. This is what you call revealing the raw. So hopefully she'll come back. But I just want to, again, she was talking about, I think, Ignite Her Mind, and challenge you to go to the ignitehermind.com or juliecrd.com to find out more. And I know when I've been a part of things like this and you just go, wow, this could have been a little bit overwhelming. It doesn't matter. Go find out more about all of us. Go follow us on YG Collaborations and find out more about who we are. But we just, again, thank you for listening, watching, and we will be back again. Please let us know also if there are topics that you want to discuss when it comes to collaborations, partnerships, business, women in business. We are here for you. We're here to serve you. And we want more. We want more of you. So thank you again. I think that Gio might have left the station, left the train. I don't think she's coming back. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. Bye.